Coach, 23 turnovers tonight. Just how tough did that make that against that team?
That was the game right there. There's no other way to put it. 23 turnovers, 25 points. You're not giving yourself an opportunity. And those were for leading for breaks. So I think we talked about it before the game. If we take care of the ball versus team, get good looks, give yourself an opportunity. When you turn it over and then you shoot 17% from the three-point line, you're not giving yourself many chances. But we still fought to the end because that's what we're going to continue to do no matter what. Got a great look at the end. Despite their circumstances, it doesn't drop. But again, give them credit for where they came out.
Just as Miami was coming back in the fourth quarter, how does your team, and the shots aren't falling, how does the team kind of keep its composure? Or what did you think of the way that the team kind of attacked that zone defense that Miami put out in the fourth quarter?
Well, in the back end, I think we did a better job. Had some looks that didn't fall. Tried to make the right play at times, and we ended up turning over a couple of times. We had a couple attacks to the rim. Ball went out of bounds. Floaters didn't fall. Goga made a great play at the end with a tip in. Had a great opportunity to get ourselves in it. But again, you turn it over 23 times for 25 points. You're not really thinking about that last possession. It's not the last possession that gets you the game. It's the possessions before that you can't get back.
We know that turnovers have generally been a problem for the team throughout the season, at least the stats would say. So how do you kind of rein those in, or what do you have to show, or what do you have to do to kind of to limit those turnovers and get that number down?
Quick decisions and spacing. I think that they did a great job of going into the zone, and it had us thinking a little bit. And so, but once we decided, hey, a couple ball fakes here, get the ball to the middle of the floor, spray it out. Whether the shot's going or not you can't really control that, but you can control the energy that the ball has as it moves with speed.
Jamal, your defense, one of the strengths this year has been limiting opposing offenses and their ability to shoot from distance. What did you make of the three-point disparity tonight?
I mean, they shot 50%, so I don't think we did our job tonight. And I think those came off of a couple of miscommunications, transition to turnovers. You're scrambling now, so you're cross-matched in transition. So being able to get to the guys' bodies, then you got to give, Alec Burke credit for coming in and having a heck of a game. 17 off the bench is pretty tough.
Can you just talk about Tyler Hero and his performance in that fourth quarter, just down the stretch, and then specifically on that final play?
It's a tough shot. I think he hit a tough two over TQ, and I think you got to give him credit for getting downhill. Contested two that he had missed a couple of those early on. I guess he found a little bit of rhythm to get downhill with that time on the clock. Again, you got to give him credit for sticking with it for where he wasn't shooting it great early on, but then being able to stay in there and knock it down.
Coach, Tristan now has 15-plus points in 4 of his last 5. The game really looks like it's slowing down for him. Do you think it gives him an opportunity to play more freely on offense, just kind of knowing what this team does defensively to maybe make up for some of the rookie mistakes he might be making on offense?
I think he's doing a great job learning and growing into the role that he's been asked to play in these circumstances. Again, like I said it before, he's got a very high basketball IQ. He understands the game. He works. He reads it. He's realizing what he needs to do, and I think he's doing a very good job of that for us right now.
Thank you, Coach Mose.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be back.
See you tomorrow.
Jalen, against a team like that kind of thrives off other teams' mistakes, how tough did the 23 turnovers make it tonight?
It makes it very tough. When you're giving the team extra possessions, extra chances to go down and score, and also free stops. And I don't know, just handling the ball and being in actions, coming out and giving them 7 free possessions, myself alone is inexcusable, to be honest, if you want to win games. And that's all I want to do above, big games, personal stats, whatever. I want to win. That's what brings me joy. That's what brings this team joy and happiness. And when you give them 23 of them, it's hard to win. So I care a lot of that.
Jalen, what did you think of your last shot you got, and just how were the emotions late back and forth with a game like that?
It's always fun, man. It's always fun when you get in competitive atmospheres like that. It brings out the best in everybody, you know what I'm saying? So it's fun to be in that type of game. I pray before the game that the Lord's will be done on my life and throughout the game. Now this is the I think third or second that I've missed like this year, and I think that's the question that I'm trying to answer, and kind of come to terms with a little bit. It's the Lord's will. You know what I'm saying? They're not all going to drop. Teammates still gave me love. Brother Tris came up and gave me love. Don't take none of the pain away. It does kind of help move on to the next thing.
What was the struggle to kind of get downhill and get into that interior of the zone in the fourth quarter to hold on to that lead?
It's a weird zone. It's more like kind of like a match, 1-3-1 match kind of. So if you're not really quick with the actions and finding gaps and moving the ball and body, it gets pretty hard. To score against something like that, and they do a good job. They play really well. I think better than a lot of other teams in the league. So it's just tough. Go back and watch it, but we had a chance to win the game. You know what I'm saying? And it's came a little short.
For either one of you, what did you guys just see from Tyler down the stretch, specifically in that fourth quarter, knocking down a couple big ones, and then of course the one at the end?
I thought we played pretty solid defense on him, throughout the game. TQ did a great job, just trying to make, the night hard on him. When it came down to it, it's time to make shots, and again, he made the timely one, so sometimes you just got to tip your cap. Even the last possession, I thought TQ played great defense, good contest, tough shot, you know what I'm saying? You just, sometimes you got to give him, give the guy some props, so.
Tristan, how tough is it, or is it tough at all for you guys mentally as a group to keep confidence when you guys are not seeing the shots fall, even if the process is working in that favor?
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, if you look at the game, we still had a chance to win it at the end, obviously. But as we just talked about, 23 turnovers. That's something that's in our power, in our control. So. I feel like we can just learn from this one, move on to the next one. I know it's a quick turnaround anyway, so we got to make sure that we learn from that. Otherwise this game will not bring any value to us. But if we learn from this and do the adjustments that we need to do and move on, then we'll be fine.
Tristan, Jalen mentioned that Tristan, consoled him up front. Sorry, Jalen mentioned a couple minutes ago that you obviously Ngoga consoled Jalen after that shot didn't go. Why was that important for you to go up and embrace him like that?
That's my dog. We're all brothers, so I feel like that was a great look that he had right there. Him coming off the screen, he was looking at me with eyes like this, so I knew he wanted it. So I threw it to him. It was a great look. Almost went in. That was the right thing to do. And he's an emotional guy, so I'm trying to make him stay a little bit more level, kind of even that out. But yeah.
Tristan, how much more comfortable do you feel with the speed of the game and what other teams are throwing at you than say 15 games ago and then at the start of the season?
Yeah, definitely. Kind of accumulates. The experience that you get, the type of players that you play against. You kind of get a feel for, what might come at you, what type of defense they're gonna throw at you. And I feel like I've seen a good variety of defenses. I feel like to be comfortable to play against most of them. And I'm watching film every day. I'm working on my game every day, and this is obviously a longer process. I don't feel like after a couple of games I'm gonna be comfortable, and then that's the end of my game. I feel like I'm always gonna be developing and striving for more. So yeah.
Tristan, just real quick, following up on Josh's question, does it help knowing that you have one of the best defensive teams in the league? So as you're developing your offensive game, knowing that you can make a mistake or two, and that you and the guys are going to have your back. Just does that help you offensively?
Yeah, definitely. You know, everybody's always super supportive and encouraging with me, trying to be aggressive and trying to make plays. So I really appreciate everybody that I kind of have in my corner. And, you know, kind of having that defensive minded mentality, I feel like is very good because it takes pressure off of the offense. You know, we kind of pride ourselves on defense and try to get out and run. So that's the simplest form of basketball I feel like you can play.
Tristan, I know your rookie season's like only 32 games old, but you've played this Miami team 3 times now. What do you make of the physicality and the rivalry that's between these two franchises so far?
I feel like it was fun. You know, obviously we're trying to be the aggressors and trying to be the more physical team. I know Miami prides themselves on that too. So we knew it was a physical game coming in. But yeah, I mean.
Thanks, guys.
Y'all hats back there are dope as hell. I like those. I gotta give y'all your flowers.